very own teacher, Miss Mary Grace Abayon. Good evening to you, ma'am. So in this video, I am going to give a narrative report about my service learning experience to my tutee. So before I did a tutorial to my tutee, I first created a lesson that would fit to the level of his metacognition. So the tutee is actually my nephew, and I know already the strength that he has, his interest and his talents, because we've been living in one place since his birth. So before I started my tutorial, I created first a lesson that would surely fit to his level. Because my nephew is a grade 2 pupil, I decided to teach him the basic mathematical operation, which are the addition, the subtraction, multiplication, and the division. So in one day, we finished 2 sessions, and our topic are the addition and the subtraction. So over here, we have the objectives for the first session. Number 1 is to define addition operation. Number 2, to solve problem using addition operation. And number 3 is to apply addition in a real life. So I started my tutorial by giving him an activity. So I let my tutee to combine all the different colors of the rubber band. Since our topic is addition, I decided to let him combine all the different colors of rubber band by simply putting it into a box. Then my tutee will then count all the collected rubber bands and say to me the total number of it. So after giving him the activities, I explained to him the topic, which is the addition. I defined addition, how addition is used in problem solving, and how it is being used into a real life. Then after explaining the topic, I gave him an assessment wherein my tutee will solve a problem using an addition operation. So I decided again to let him use rubber band, since that is the things that he used to use when playing, in order to get his interest about the topic. So I give him an assessment wherein my students or my tutee will solve 10 problems, and I allow him to use rubber bands in order to let him have the eagerness to do the activity, because that is something that he really used when playing. Then after giving him the assessment, I checked his output and he got 10 over 10. So on the second session of my tutorial, I teach him the subtraction operation. So the same with addition, our objectives are to define subtraction operation, solve the problem using subtraction operation, and apply subtraction in a real life. So our activity for the said topic is I let my tutee to separate color green rubber bands and put it in a box and count the remaining rubber bands and say to me the total remaining rubber bands. After giving the activities, I explained to him what is subtraction, how to use subtraction in problem solving, and how it is applied into a real life. Then after our discussion, I give him an assessment wherein my tutee will solve the given problem using a subtraction operation. So after the assessment, I checked his output and he got 10 over 10. So on the second day of my tutorial, I teach him the division and the multiplication. So the first session that we did is to discuss what is addition operation. And same with the previous topic, our objectives are to define division operation, solve the problem using division operations, and apply division into a real life. So my activity for my tuty on the said topic is I let my tuty to divide 100 calamansi into 4 group and count the total calamansi per group and say to me the answer. So after the activities, I explained to him what is division, how division are used in problem solving, and how it is being applied into a real life. Then after my short discussion, I give him an assessment wherein my student or my tuty will solve 10 problem using a division operation. So the last session of my tutorial is the multiplication operation. So our objectives are the following: define multiplication operation, solve problem using multiplication operation, and apply multiplication in a real life. So my objectives for my tuty on the said topic is that I let him gather the calamansi and count the total number. Then after counting, I will ask him the total number of calamansi and let him multiply it into 2 by simply adding the total number of calamansi twice. So after giving an activity to my tuty, I discussed to him what is multiplication operation, how multiplication operation is used in problem solving, and how it is being applied into a real life. This topic seems to be a little bit hard for my tuty because when I gave him an assessment, he only got 6/10. After my assessment and my discussion to my tuty, I collected all his outputs and decided to give him a final assessment to test if he really comprehend or understand the lesson. I give him a problem solvings that contains addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division in order to test if he is capable to use the 4 basic mathematical operation alone. After checking his activity, I observed that my tuty's performance has improved and my rate of success is excellent.